What's up, beauties? Welcome to my channel, or if you've been here before, welcome back. Here we talk about how to grow your business and maintain your clientele if you're an entrepreneur, or more specifically, if you are a new lash tech or just a current lash tech who is kind of struggling with their business, okay? So I basically have been in the industry for 10 years as a lash artist, and I am wanting to share with you all of the knowledge and everything that I've basically gained, all of my trial and error, everything that I've done over these past 10 years to help you be as successful as you desire to be in your business as well, okay? So, today's video, we're gonna talk about being on time, all right? I really feel like this is really important. I feel like it's one of the most common complaints that I hear from my clients. What happens is I get a lot of new clients, and like I said in the About Me video, if you watch that, I don't post on social media. I do not promote myself in any kind of way anymore. In the beginning, I did, but probably for the last, I want to say, 4 to 5 years, I just have not posted. I have not been consistent, and I still managed to get so many people, okay? And with these people, or with these new clients that I get, they're always telling me about their experiences with other lash techs. And it's not so much of them like talking negatively about them or anything like that. It's more just them expressing to me what they've dealt with, and then the appreciation of the service that I'm providing them with. So, being on time, y'all. Being on time, okay? Time management. I don't know how you want to word this, but we're going to talk about it all, okay? So, let's just start here. You are your own boss, right? You're your own boss. You have total control of everything. What time you start work, what time you end work, how many days you work, you're in total control, right? But what I feel like some people miss is the fact that you still want to provide customer service skills, okay? You still want to provide quality customer service to your clients, even though you're your own boss, okay? So if you work somewhere, okay, you work at a job, you have to be at that job at a specific time. Your lunch break is only a specific time, and then you get off at a specific time, right? And if you are late coming in all the time, if you're late coming back from lunch, if you're late coming back from your breaks, if you take too long of a break, what's gonna happen? They're gonna like give you some type of markdown, some type of warning, or possibly firing you, right? So when you work for yourself, you don't have nobody seeing over you, right? You don't got nobody breathing down your neck to make sure that you are on time and all of this. So you're in control of that. And what I've noticed is people being in control of that, they take advantage of it, okay? So you have a new client coming in, but you wanted to go run to the mall real quick, and now you're late coming back for this client, you know? And when you have new clients coming in, that first impression is so important. Like, I can't stress to you how important that first interaction is, because they're deciding if they're going to come back to you or not based off of this first interaction. Yeah, the quality of the lashes is going to count, but the service that you provide them is going to count even more, okay? Sorry, y'all, my face is kind of itching. Anyway, so let's just start with the very beginning, all right? Like I said, you have total control. So if you know that you're not a morning person, don't make your start time super early, all right? That's a personal one for me. I am not a morning person. I know this about myself. Like, I'm not a morning person. I don't like to get up early. I'm dragging ass all the time, okay? And I don't like to be late. So if you're not a morning person, don't start your appointments early, all right? Make your start time reasonable for yourself, okay? Make your start time something that you know you can be on time for, all right? And I understand, like, especially when you're new, you want to service every single client that you can get. You want to be able to take them all in, right? but you have to make it make sense for you. So you don't want to try to start at 7 a.m. because you want to get those clients that need to be there early in the morning if you're not able to make it on time. Because the last thing you want is for a new client to be waiting outside of your space for you and you're not there. Okay? Because every minute that you're late is every minute that they're counting and they're clocking you and they are getting madder and madder. You know what I'm saying? They're getting frustrated. And I'm not putting people in a box. I'm just saying what the majority of people do, because you do have some people that are, very forgiving, or, they don't care. They're very understanding. I tend to be that kind of person. If I go somewhere and I have to wait a little bit because you're running late or you're not there, cool, I understand that. And so I'm just going to wait around. But you have some people who have the personality type where they are not going to go for that, right? Because they are booking a specific time with you. And just as you would want your time respected by them being on time for their appointment, you have to respect their time too by being on time for their appointment. It's a mutual thing, right? And I definitely believe in the mutual respect when it comes to between you and your clients. So make your start time something that is reasonable for you, okay? And play around with it. You can play around with it. I used to do that. Like in the beginning, I was trying to play around with it to see what was the best time for me to work. And now I start at 10 a.m. I have tried to start at 9 a.m., 8 a.m. I've tried to start at 7 a.m. No, I realize that's just not for me. 10 a.m. makes the most sense because I can be on time. You're not going to have to wait for me. I'm not going to have to hit you with, hey, I'm sorry, I'm running 5 minutes late. I'm running 10 minutes late. No, I'm on time. 10 a.m., we're good. Okay? Make sure that you are allowing yourself however much time you need in the day, right? So my hours are basically 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., all right? And I don't have kids or anything like that, but I try to think of all different possibilities, all different scenarios. If you are somebody who has kids, be mindful, all right? If you have to go pick them up from daycare, if you have to go pick them up from school, block enough time off in your daily schedule where you're taking clients to where you're not having to rush a client out because you have to go get your kids. You know what I mean? Like, you're in full control of your schedule. Make it work for you, but also where you're still being respectful to your clients, right? There are also other just different little things that you can do when it comes to being on time. There have been times where I'm working on a client and I'm running late, okay? I'm running late in the sense of it's taking me longer than I expected it would on this client. So I know that I'm going to be behind for my next client, okay? I may be behind like 10, 15 minutes. Maybe I was actually late that day, right? That's happened before. I was late. I was about 15 minutes late. I've never been more than 15 minutes late, but I'm about 15 minutes late for my appointment. And then when I start them, it's not their fault that I'm 15 minutes late. So I have to give them that 15 minutes. And what I mean by that is, let's say the appointment is an hour and a half long and I show up 15 minutes late. Well, now they only have an hour and 15 minutes for their appointment. But that's on me. That's my fault that I'm late. So I'm going to give you that 15 minutes. So if I have somebody right after them, I'm going to cut into their appointment by 15 minutes. So what I do is I will text the next client as soon as I know that I'm going to be running late. And I just send them a courtesy text. Hey, just wanted to let you know that I'm running about 15 minutes late. I'll be ready for you at this time. I do apologize for the inconvenience. Let me know if this interferes with your schedule, right? Doing something as small as that can make such a huge difference for you. Like, I kid you not, because now that client sees that you're communicating with them, they see that you are prioritizing them, and they also have the opportunity to stop and maybe get gas or grab them a snack or make a phone call they needed to do. Like, now they know what time they need to be there by, right? And if it is a situation where they get rescheduled, then at least you were honest about it and you let them know, versus them showing up and now they're feeling like they're pressed for time, or you're feeling like you're pressed for time. So, and I'm so sorry, my face just keeps itching, and I told y'all I do not edit videos, so we're just gonna take it and roll with it. Let's see. So that was like a really big thing, sending courtesy text to let them know, hey, I'm running late, okay? That makes a huge difference. And I've had clients tell me they appreciate that when I let them know, because other places won't let them know that they're running behind, that they're running late, and they get there and now they're waiting when they could have stopped and did something else with that time, right? So it's all about prioritizing your clients. It's all about communication and just being responsible, right? And it's always like everything that I feel like I'm going to talk about on this channel is small details. There's small details that I feel like they get overlooked, or they just, people may not feel like it's important. There's no importance to them, but here I am 10 years later, y'all, and I kid you not, everything that I'm going to tell y'all is, if you do it, if you pay attention to it, if you at least try, you will see a difference, all right? I'm trying to think of if there's any other examples that I want to give when it comes to like time management. And they're not coming to my head right now, but okay, so there is one more. And it's going to be like reverse. This is going to be one that's on the client, right? So like I said, just as you want to respect your client's time, they also have to respect your time in return, right? So if you have a client that is telling you, hey, I'm going to be 15 minutes late. Hey, I'm going to be, 10 minutes late. Then what I've done personally and what all my clients know, like I'll make this, like I write out, policies or rules or whatever, and then make sure every client has them and understands them. But one of the things is if you are late, if you are 15 minutes late or less, then that time is just going to be cut out from your total appointment time. So again, if you're 15 minutes late, if the client is 15 minutes late and their appointment is an hour and a half, when they get there, they're only going to get an hour and 15 minutes, because I'm not going to take time away from my next client because you were late, right? And there's a way that you can word that to be very nice and respectful. You don't have to be rude. It's just a matter of, hey, the policy is if you are 15 minutes late, then that time is just cut out. So I'll only have an hour and 15 minutes to work on you. You know what I mean? And I've done that with clients. I've even had clients where they are crazy late, right? 30 minutes. And it's really up to your discretion if you want to take them or not. But it just depends on the scenario. Sometimes they're going out of town or they just really need their lashes done. And I'll just let them know, like, I'm always honest. I'm always honest about what I'm able to do, what I can do, what I can't do. So if they're like, hey, I ran into traffic, now it's telling me that I'm going to get there at 2 o'clock. Their appointment was at 1:30. Then I'm honest. I'll be like, okay, if you can make it here by 2, I can still service you. But I do have another client at 3 p.m., so I'll only have an hour to work on you. And then from there, they can decide if they want to come, if they want to reschedule, or whatever they want to do, right? So like I said, a mutual understanding between you and the client where you're respecting them, but they're also respecting you, right? And when you set those boundaries, with them also being late and being on time and stuff, then, they make sure that they try to follow those guidelines too. But don't hound your clients about being on time if you're not going to be on time yourself. It goes both ways. You have to be the example. Be on time. Be ready for them, okay? Don't have an appointment at 10 a.m. and you're walking in at 10 a.m. scrambling to get stuff set up, turned on, put together. That's not a good look. You want to already be ready, okay? Already be ready. Don't have people waiting on you. Don't have them looking for you. You definitely, in my opinion, you definitely don't want them texting you, hey, just trying to see where you are. Just trying to see what you're doing. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that, okay? So just remember to be respectful and be on time, all right? Be on time. And however you can practice that, all right? Start at a time that's reasonable for you. If you have other obligations throughout your day, make sure you're blocking your schedule appropriately so that way you're not frustrated, you're not stressing yourself out. If you're running behind on a client that you're working on, let your next client know about how long it's going to be before you'll be ready for them instead of having them wait. so that way they at least can make the most of their time as well. Make sure you're vocal to your clients if they are late to you, and just let them know what you're able to do. Let them know how much time they'll have to be serviced, and even if it's a reoccurring thing where they're always late, they may not be a good fit for you. You may have to have a talk with them, or you just may have to make them like your last client of the day. So that way, if they cancel, they're not throwing off your schedule, they're not messing you up. They're just, like I said, little things to be mindful of to make sure that you're running your business as smoothly as possible. Okay, so that's all I have for you that's all I have for you in today's video. I will see y'all in the next one, and make sure you subscribe. I also have an ebook that I created, The Ultimate Lash Guide, How to Grow Your Business and Maintain Your Clientele. And I talk about a lot of different stuff in the book that is basically step-by-step, very clean, cut and dry. Like, this is how you can grow your business. This is how you can maintain your clientele. So if you're interested in that book, check the description below. I'll have the link for it. And if you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Until next time, y'all have a good one.